Let's take a look at the brand new xTool M2 machine and what it can do. Hey crafty friends, I'm Sarah, and today with Creative Fabrica I'm going to give you an overview of xTool's new M2 machine, which has been made with crafters in mind. In the video I'll go over the features of the machine and what it does. I'll make a few different projects so you can see how it works, and I'll give my opinion on the pros and cons of the machine so that you can make your mind up and decide if it's the right fit for you if you've been considering purchasing one. So let's take a look. So to give you a bit of an introduction to this new machine, it is a laser cutter and engraver, but you can also get a print module for it that lets you print directly onto material as well. The main module that comes with it is a 10-watt blue diode laser, which is best for detailed engraving and daily cuts. And you just switch each module out when you need to use them by clicking them into the machine like this and attaching them with this wire. You can also purchase a 20-watt diode laser for thicker cuts and a 3-watt infrared laser, which is better for metal and plastic engraving. And you can also get a rotary attachment too for engraving things like drinkware. It comes with a hose for airflow that you can stretch out of a window, or you can also get the desktop smoke purifier to go with it, although that requires an adapter if you already have this version. It has a dual camera system that shows you where your item is within the machine so that it's easy to line up your design, and it connects to the xTool software for creating your projects. So in comparison to other laser machines and also to craft cutting machines, the main difference is the printing component and the multiple laser options, and the fact it combines printing, cutting and engraving into one machine rather than requiring multiple pieces of equipment. Compared to the xTool M1 Ultra though, which does print as well, this machine doesn't have the option to add a cutting blade, foil transfer or hot foil pen, so it is a bit more limited than that machine. And also because it is laser only, you can only use laser safe PU vinyl with it, so it wouldn't be the best choice for you if you want a machine that can make vinyl decals and iron-on vinyl. For things like wood, leather, felt, metal, paper and opaque acrylic projects though, then it is a great choice depending on what you want to do with them. And at this price point, it is targeted at more hobby crafters, I think. So let's take a look at how to use it. I'll show you how to make a few different projects so you can get a better overview of what it does. Let's start by going to Creative Fabrica to look for a laser project. There are actually so many to choose from. It is a bit easier if you have a specific theme in mind, but let's start with this one to see how well the laser deals with intricate cuts. So now I'm opening up the xTool Studio software and making sure my machine is connected first of all. Then you just click import to upload a design. I'm using 3mm wood for this project, so to add it to the machine, the M2 came with these little magnetic holders that you can just clip onto solid material, and they hold it in place so that it doesn't move and so that there is also airflow underneath it. When you shut the cover, the camera system should then take a picture so you can resize your design over the top within the software. To choose the material settings, you click this box here and find your material from the list. And this wood has a preset cut setting that you can just apply instantly, and I'm switching that to cut. And to connect this design so it's all one, I need to add a name. If you add text, you can access all of the fonts on your system at the bottom. I want quite a chunky one, so I'm just going back over to Creative Fabrica to look for a serif font, and I think I'll go with this one, which I actually already have installed. So I just looked for that on the list in xTool Studio, added my name and resized so it joined both sides together. Then you can select all and click combine and union to weld the whole thing together. If you're familiar with Cricut Design Space, then there are a few similarities with the two. Then you also need to set the thickness. I tend to use this measurer to do it for me automatically, and that may adjust the view and you might need to resize the design. I also had to make sure my hose was pointed out of the window first. Then you have to press start in the software and also start on the machine for it to start cutting. And that took 15 minutes because it was such an intricate cut. You can adjust the speed to make it go faster, but when you do that, the cut may turn out a bit rougher or it might not cut as well. But there it is done. I just used a weeding tool to poke out any remaining parts and it cut really well, considering some of those bits are very thin. You do get the dark marks on the inside though, so you could paint or spray paint things like this if you don't want to see that effect. Then it can cut so many other materials too, like it says here on the website. I made this felt flower recently and that cut really well. Now let's make some stickers to see how it deals with a print and cut project. You can't use magnets for this as it's not sturdy enough, so I did have to buy a honeycomb panel from a different seller as they don't have them to fit the M2 yet. And I'm just using masking tape on either side to keep it in place. In the software you need to change the mode to print and cut, and I'm changing my material type, although this doesn't have preset settings, so I am still experimenting with finding the right ones. I'll show you what I'm using in a minute, but first I'm heading back to Creative Fabrica again to find some sticker designs. You don't have to use designs with outlines added, as you can add those in the software, but I am just for ease, and I'm downloading these ones. And what I like about the xTool software is that you can drag multiple designs in at once, rather than having to upload one by one. Then you can just resize and rearrange and you can see where you're putting them on the actual paper itself. You do need to switch the module to printer and it will show you this grey area, so you can't print in that section. So you may need to move your design so it's not overlapping that. Once arranged, you can select all and add an offset of 0. And this is the part that needs to be set to cut. For my cut settings, I've found that power 20, speed 5 and output power 50 gives a good clean die cut, but it is quite a deep cut, so I do still need to experiment as I would like to figure out how to kiss cut too. So do let us know in the comments if you manage to master this. Then you can see here it has the 2 layers, one set to inkjet printer and one to cut. So when you click start, it shows you need to add the printer module first. So as I mentioned earlier, you just unplug the wire and unclick the laser module, then remove the cover from the print module, click that one in and plug it in. As I pressed start though, I realized I hadn't clicked auto measure, so it started printing in the wrong place. That's why it's really good you can see what is happening through the cover of the machine, so that you can just pause, adjust and restart if there is an issue like this. And that took 5 minutes to print, so that is quite a while because it does it line by line like this. But then once they're done, you don't move the paper at all. You just switch out the module, press start again, and that will cut around them. As I said, this cut is definitely deeper than I needed it to be, and there is a bit of a black edge on them. So it would be good if xTool could provide more presets for stickers, but I'm sure that will come as more people use this machine. They do peel really well though, and the print on them is really good. You can also print on various other materials too. They have this list here on their website, and I have tried wood as well. There was a bit of bleed, so that might be something to be aware of if this is what you want to use it for. But other than that, I do think it printed very well. Finally, let's just take a quick look at the engraving ability using this leather magnetic bookmark. This is an xTool branded item, so they have presets in here for this. And I'm just going to add some initials on either side using the strong font again, setting those to engrave, making sure I auto measure it so that they're definitely in the right place. I clicked start, then it engraved, and that took 2 minutes. So fairly quick, and the engraving is really well defined. And again, it can engrave on so many different materials, although the infrared laser add-on is going to be best for metal and plastic engraving. Now let's go over the pros and cons. The fact that you can print and cut in one machine and line up your designs using the inbuilt camera is a huge plus. That means you don't need multiple machines and you can avoid alignment issues as well. Also, the ability to print on various different surfaces is a great selling point, giving you more flexibility than a standard home printer. And then it also gives you more flexibility for engraving on cylinders as well if you get the rotary attachment add-on. The software is really easy to use. It's simple to drag and drop designs and resize and select cut settings, especially when using a material that already has them preset. The machine itself isn't too bulky, it fits nicely in the corner of my craft room and doesn't take up too much space, but it is also big enough that you get a decent amount of working space in it. You can cut up to 16.7 by 12.5 inches using the diode lasers and print up to 11.8 by 11.5 inches. And I think overall it is just a really great machine for crafters who want to try out lots of different projects, and also possibly for craft businesses depending on what it is you sell. The cons, however, are that it is laser only cutting, so it's not really very compatible with cutting plastic materials like vinyl. The price itself is a positive, it's very reasonably priced for a laser machine. However, if you want all of the additional modules and add-ons, then it can add up to being quite a lot. It does require ventilation, so you do ideally need to place it near a window or invest in the air purifier. And finally, some of the features are quite slow, especially the printing, so it wouldn't be suitable for someone who has a high volume of sticker orders to make per day, for example. What do you think though? And what project would you make with this machine first? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video and it helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share with all of your crafty friends. Until next time, happy crafting.